Let's take you live to Bloor, an update on that fatal pedestrian situation involving a cyclist. Let's listen in.
Cyclist, and they were pronounced deceased at the scene. The driver of the dump truck remained on scene and is cooperating with police. This is obviously a very tragic incident. The Toronto Police and our traffic services team behind me here are investigating this in hopes that we can find out exactly what happened. In the meantime, Bloor Street's going to be closed both ways from Avenue Road to Bay, and those driving in the area should be mindful of that and perhaps provide alternative routes. Although we're very early into the investigation, if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Do you have any information on the cyclist at this point, beyond we know if this was a female?
I don't have any information on the cyclist, no, other than you know.
I can tell, obviously, early in the investigation, we can't assign blame or kind of get into too many of the circumstances, but some of the cyclists here were raising concern that the bike lane is kind of blocked by some construction equipment there. I don't know if that was a fact.
I had a quick opportunity, but I didn't notice that at this time, but that is something that we'll be investigating and providing an update with later on through the media release.
Obviously, you want to hear from witnesses.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anybody who was in the area at the time of the collision, please reach out to 53 Division at 416-808-5300. Not that I'm aware of.
You also mentioned that the dump truck stayed and was cooperating.
Correct.
Are there any charges that you anticipate here?
Not that I'm aware of currently. Like I said, we're in the very preliminary stages of the investigation, and once we have those, we'll send that out in the media release.
In addition to that obstacle, we've also been hearing from some other cyclists who just say that generally this intersection is pretty dangerous. They talked about another cyclist who was killed just up that street earlier this year, and so I'm curious, is that something that police are concerned about in the sense that perhaps this is a dangerous area for cyclists?
Well, I can't speak to whether it's a dangerous area or not, but I can tell you that it's a concern that we have in the city right now. So.
I don't know if I can ask you just a general question. When it comes to the summertime, a lot of people are on their bikes. A lot of people are out driving. We all have to be responsible for safety of each other and ourselves, I guess. I don't know if you can speak to that.
It's not something that I would speak to right now. Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah, I see that, and that'll be part of the investigation that we're going to be looking into. See if it had a factor in this. Okay. Oh. Sure. From my understanding is that we had a cyclist who was traveling westbound on Bloor Street in the bike lane. That bicycle left the bike lane, and at the same time, a dump truck also traveling westbound on Bloor Street struck the cyclist. Pardon me?
Okay, we're just listening into this update on this tragic situation coming out of the Bloor and Avenue area. What we just heard from police is saying that this was a cyclist who was in the bike lane, went out of the bike lane. That's when this individual was struck by a dump truck. This woman died as a result of her injuries. No details on the cyclist just yet, but police really stressing this is just the beginning of their investigation. A lot of questions surrounding, why the bike went out of the bike lane, who may be at fault, if anyone at all. They say the driver of the dump truck remained at the scene, is working with police as well. Also, Bloor is going to stay closed for quite some time as part of this investigation.